I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that made ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that lights the dark so that you can know your left from your right. I am the ballad in your box, the bullet in the gun, the inner glow that let you know to call your brother son. The story that just begun, the promise of what's to come. And I'ma remain a soldier till the war is won. Chop, 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 but you don't flip. Chop, 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 but you don't flip. Chop, chop, chop.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back, and I said welcome back to yet another video, y'all. What's good with y'all? How y'all doing today? So this should be a quick video. I'm going to be discussing Usher's Bad Habits song. I'm going to be reviewing it today. All right, y'all. I never got a chance to really fully talk about what I really like about this song, right? Because first of all, right, Bad Habits wasn't even on the Coming Home album last year. Do I know why? No. That would have been a great addition. It would have been a great addition if Bad Habits was actually on that album. That would be a great addition. It would actually help that album more than what it was. This song is way too good to not be on that album. I'm actually confused as to why Usher just... Nah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to put it up there. I don't understand why that was a decision that was made. But, yeah, Bad Habits. Bad Habits is a great song. If I could give a little backstory to it. Y'all know how I used to not really listen to Usher like that when I was younger. Not really. You know what I'm saying? Around 2018, 19 is when I started really kind of be like, oh, okay, yeah. He does have some nice songs here and there, but it was only like the bangers. You know what I'm saying? Before that, I didn't really give Usher that much of a thought, really. You know what I'm saying? But I will acknowledge, though, that he did have bangers that when I was younger, like... one of the first Usher songs I remember was Yeah, right? You know what I'm saying? But I didn't realize it was Usher. Another one that I really, really remember was, what was it? The DJ's Got Us Fall in Love. You know what I'm saying? I remember that one from 2010 when I was like in 4th grade. Crazy time. Let me see. I'm trying to look deep because I remember hearing about Usher when I was a kid, like in 2007 and that era. You know what I'm saying? But I never really got into him like that. I wasn't really into a lot of other R&B music. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Michael Jackson, but other than him, it wasn't really nothing to really kind of. I don't know. I just didn't really pay attention to him like that until 2020 came. Now, 2020, I was really kind of on my discography journey. Like, I was listening to a lot of different artists around this time. Can you believe COVID was literally 5 years ago? That's actually crazy to think about. But I do remember around that year, I was really listening to a lot more music. Like, I was really listening to a lot more music, a lot of different artists. If I could name a few, like Lil Uzi Vert, I was listening to his Eternal Atake album. That was a banger, right? And I have great memories listening to that when it dropped. Childish Gambino, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I love Childish Gambino, and I remember when he dropped his surprise album 3/15/20 that year. It's hit or miss to me. I'm gonna keep it a bug, but I do have great memories listening to it in 2020. Drake dropped something that year. I was really paying attention to more music. You know what I'm saying? More music, other than that Michael Jackson and Chris Brown. I was really kind of paying attention to music that I never really heard like that. You know what I'm saying? And new music that dropped, because don't get me wrong, I will always listen to what Childish Gambino drop. You know what I'm saying? But other than my favorite artists is right, you feel me? Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson in 2020 was not one of my favorite artists. She really wasn't. I'm gonna be honest with you. Until 2020, when I started listening to her music a lot more, I loved her and her music. You know what I'm saying? I remember her on Poetic Justice when I was younger, before I knew her music like that. I remember the Unbreakable album. I remember enjoying that one. But other than that, I wasn't really knowing her music like that until 2020, when I started diving into her discography a lot more, and I loved it. And Usher was the next guy. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I didn't know a lot about his music like that. I remember hearing the Confessions album. The Confessions album was held to such a high regard. So I'm like, you know what? Let me listen to it. And I made a video about it, and I loved it. Bad Habits, I think, came out a bit later, like in September, I think. And I love the song. I loved the song, and I still do. You know what I'm saying? Like 2020 was a great year for me listening to music. I'm missing out some guys, some artists that I haven't talked about from listening that year. You know what I'm saying? But y'all get the gist. I'm gonna make a separate video about that one day. You know, the music I listened to during the pandemic, or art, stuff like that. Albums I got into in 2020. That deserves a video in itself because I had a great time with music that year. Great time, great memories. But back to it, y'all. So, yeah. During quarantine, I remember listening to this song when it dropped in September. I loved it. It felt like older Usher. You know what I'm saying? It felt like an older / newer Usher, if that makes any sense. Like a good blend of the 90s and the 2010s, even though this is 2020s, but still that 2010s type of sound. But yeah, I love this song. It talks about something that I can relate to, bad habits. It's not a Usher banger if he's not talking about cheating now. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, he has a lot of great music that's not talking about cheating. But, we know Usher's known for confessing, the problems and his bad habits and this, that, and the third. And this song really kind of fits into that confessions type of feel. You know what I'm saying? The lyrics make a lot of sense. It really does. Like, it's very realistic in a way. Like, it doesn't paint the perfect picture of a relationship. It talks about the cracks, the problems in a relationship, the confessions, if you will, of a partner that is struggling with commitment. You know what I'm saying? And he dives into it, and you can feel the emotion in his voice, even though he's all bad. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's still making dumb decisions in his relationship, he's being very sincere and very emotional about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this would have definitely fit on Confessions. You know what I'm saying? It fits into that mold of, infidelity in a relationship and this, that, and the third. It would have fit perfect. It would have fit right there. That's when Usher was talking about a Confessions 2 album, which was, of course, then renamed Coming Home, right? It took so long for that album to come out. It really did. But back to it, right? This would have fit perfectly on a Confessions 2 type of album. The themes go right along with that. You know what I'm saying? So, the vocals are amazing. Usher has not changed his voice at any time, really. Like, his voice is still great. His voice is still solid. Amazing, if you will. The music video was lit. I did the dance back in the day in like a YouTube short. I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I really enjoyed when this song came out because it felt like an older Usher. And honestly, this was better than his Hard to Love album that he dropped in like 2016. That was better than anything on that album. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even remember listening to that album like that. It was a very forgettable album. I gotta listen to it again one day. But I wish this would have came with an album right afterwards though. Bad Habits would have fit good on the Coming Home. I still don't get why he didn't drop that on the album. Other songs that he made around that time, other singles that he was dropping, like Don't Waste My Time that he did with LMA. Great song. It was a solid song. Don't know why it's not on the Coming Home album. Another good single that he released after Bad Habits was Glue. He had a very high falsetto voice in that one. Very much Prince type of vibes. Don't know why that's not on the album as well. He made another song dedicated to racism called I Cry in 2020. That song was alright to me. It wasn't really hitting on nothing really, but that's just something I just thought to bring up. But yeah, Bad Habits was great. It's a great song. Easy, like 9 out of 10 song. It's a great, maybe 8 out of 10, but 9. I don't know. I love this song. I really do. I love this song. Man, I love this song so much. This song was on repeat in my playlist for so long. I'm telling you, after I heard it, and I could feel with it too. I could empathize with it. You know what I'm saying? As in, like, we've all had our bad habits in relationships. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not this bad, but we've all had bad habits in relationships, and it just seems so relatable. It really does. It's still stuff that you shouldn't take up. You know what I'm saying? Still situations that you shouldn't take inspiration from. You shouldn't do the things that Usher was talking about, but people do it. The production is very, like I said, is very solid as well. It's not. It's like it has that new school R&B feel mixed in with the old school, and it's not doing too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, D just got us falling in love. You know what I'm saying? On the Raymond versus Raymond album, right? I'm not a big fan of the whole pop, disco, electric type of music. You know what I'm saying? That's not really my favorite. This is great. You know what I'm saying? It kind of brings Usher back down to size. You know what I'm saying? It really kind of brings him back to his roots, if that makes any sense. And yeah, Bad Habits. I can't believe it's been 5 years since this song dropped, and I never got a chance to really review it because it was on the Coming Home album. But I'm reviewing individual songs now, so yeah, there's a lot of songs that I haven't reviewed yet that didn't make albums, and I wanna talk about certain songs. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give it just till it drops on an album to talk about it, right? Let me review these singles by himself, and great content idea as well. So yeah, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 song for Bad Habits. Very solid, very solid. You know, definitely gives off a very summer type of vibe too. I said Somerville, Dreamville, summer type of vibe. Like I could just see people grooving to this even now. So that was the end of the video. Hope y'all really enjoyed it, and tell me what y'all think of the song in the comments. I don't get comments, but I'm just saying if y'all are watching to the 11th minute mark, let me know. So yeah.